Would request Dr. Gulab Rai Tewani to please be ready with his presentation.
Good evening to all of you. The earlier session was to be discontinued in between as there was arrival of Minister. Now let's continue with the earlier discussion. We are discussing on a very important topic of naturopathy, that is your food is your medicine. So to continue the deliberations, today the last eminent speaker, Dr. Gulab Rai Tewani from Bhopal, he is here. I invite him to say his expert views on food as medicine.
Thank you so much. Dignitaries on the dais, delegates, doctors, students. As the theme of this Naturopathy Day is being Naturopathy and Integrative Medicine. So when we talk about integration to all the therapies, and I will focus on some of the important points which we have identified during our clinicals. Because a clinician is who is observing, who is consulting the patients, making observations and validating that facts. So naturopathy, I am not going to tell you about what we eat, what we do not eat, that you know very well. Neither I am going to tell about the naturopathic diet, eliminative diet, soothing diet and constructive diet. That also very well it is being known. But what facts we have observed during our clinicals, that definitely I am going to share with you. So in naturopathy, ahar is an important component, food as medicine. And when we talk about the medicine, it should have a capacity to cure, to heal, to repair, to regrow. So that's what work of medicine. And if food is acting as a medicine, that is the best part in the life, because most of the time we have a thought what we have to eat in breakfast, what we have to eat in afternoon, in evening, in night. So various diet programs are available. In naturopathy also, as I said, that there is an eliminative diet, soothing diet, constructive diet. Whereas in naturopathy settings, the most important concept which is being acceptable and even we promote, that is fasting therapy. So fasting as a therapy. Now if I take a reference of Vedas, there is a saying that Sarve Roga Malavashaha Langanam Paramaushadam. And in Langanam, we teach them how to do Langan. So there is a preparatory phase, there is a refeeding phase. So same way, during our clinicals, initial stage, we observed that there are lot many studies on the various, or we can say that fasting effects we have been observed on the various system. But vitamin D plays an important role in maintaining health and disease. So if you need to be healthy, your vitamin D levels should be high. If you are diseased, then somewhere vitamin D plays an important role. There is a deficiency. In India, most of these studies suggest that there is 49% to 99% deficiency of vitamin D, and it acts as a precursor for many diseases, especially NCDs. And initial studies also make very curious to the clinicians and also researchers to identify what basically enhance naturally vitamin D. If suppose we talk about sunlight, sunlight is a good source of vitamin D. But apart from that, whether there is anything else which increases the levels of vitamin D. So if you will see about the molecular mechanism of fasting, we have the that fasting increases the neuroplasticity, fasting increases the insulin sensitivity, fasting increases the resistance within the body. So a lot many effects has been identified. But what is not identified, we have tried to find out the evidence for it. Initial study on fasting and vitamin D was with Dr. Dhananjay and Dr. John. We conducted an initial study observing the 20 healthy females for the fasting, what results or what effects are coming. And most of the review studies also when we have done at that time, it has shown that if there is a weight reduction of 10%, there will be increase of 34% of vitamin D. So that was the review what we have done. And based on that, we made a plan of medically supervised fasting protocol for our students. We took 20 healthy females and we executed the fasting protocol for 10 days to them. During that 10 days, there was one preparatory phase and one refeeding phase. We observed that 8 days of fasting, restricting the calories for only 500 kilocalories, increases vitamin D levels and vitamin B12 levels. Now, other findings what we observed in the normal healthy individuals, that was thyroid function was improved, renal function was improved, then homeostatic effect of fasting was observed, and also the enhanced elimination was noticed. Due to the lack of sample size, small group, we wanted to do a bigger study. So the second study what we designed, that was impact of prolonged fasting on vitamin D, vitamin B12, body weight, body mass index, vitality and quality of life. In this, there were 52 participants. Participants were suffering from non-communicable diseases. Variously, it was randomly. We distributed the 26 participants into the case group and the control group. And we observed when we are giving fasting after a preparatory phase, restricting the calories and only administrating the 500 calories. So whereas this is a comparison, one case group was fasting case group and another one was natural diet what we give in the naturopathy hospitals. So one group was given fasting, another group was given only naturopathy diet. In both of the groups, we observed weight reduction, we observed body mass index significant improvement, but only in the fasting group, we observed there was increase of vitamin D, whereas increase of vitamin D along with the significant changes in the vitality, also significant improvement in physical quality of life index, psychological quality of life index compared to the normal diet group. This suggests that if naturopathy settings are promoting fasting therapies, we can overcome the deficiency disorders like vitamin B12 deficiencies and vitamin D deficiencies. So here inferences is, as the body weight reduce, BMI also will reduce, and this was observed in both the groups, in the case group as well as the control group. The other dimensions of fasting was observed. We conducted the prolonged intermittent fasting case report during the COVID infection, COVID-19. 9 months of intermittent fasting, where the 18 hours of fasting was prescribed, and 6 hours of feeding phase was given. We observed that there was a case which was having an elevated blood sugars, elevated lipid profile, and levels during the COVID-19, the anxiety levels were very high. To not to get the COVID infection as a preventive mechanism, based on that report, he started doing the intermittent fasting. Over 9 months, first day of consultation, reports were collected. Every 3 months, we have conducted the test for them. And that case has reported a significant increase in natural antibodies of COVID against a protection towards the infection. And the follow-up study was conducted for 3 months extra, from 9 months to 3 months more. So there we observed that there is a reduction in lipid profile, there is a reduction in blood glucose levels, and also the anxiety levels were reduced. This shows that fasting offered natural protection against COVID-19. The another study I think slide changer is not working. Yes. So this shows that the fasting can provide a natural protection against the COVID-19. Now recommendation and future implementation. Still what we think that the sample size what we have done the study, now there is fasting therapy is superior and it is being acceptable in various organizations, naturopathy centers, they give fasting therapy. So large scale studies needs to be executed, and it is validated that there is a positive impact on vitamin D deficiencies, which can help us to prevent n number of diseases, where the vitamin D plays an important role. So more randomized controlled trials are to be conducted in the future studies, and at the overall, I can say India level, we have to do it. So these are the empanelments what we have received in our hospital. So the moment you increase the quality, you start the research activities, the government will start empaneling you. So R is the first teaching hospital getting an NABH hospital. And after that we tried for CGHS. We have got the CGHS empanelment, where we give the treatment, cashless treatment for the pensioners. After that, in India, we are the first hospital getting empaneled with ECHS. Ex-servicemen, army, retired personals can get the treatment, cashless treatment in our hospital. We are the first to get registered in Airport Authority of India to get free treatments, cashless treatments for their employees. We are the first to get registered in SBI General Insurance and Star Health Insurance, because these insurance companies needs to associate with the hospitals for the reimbursement claims or cashless treatment. Once the cashless treatment starting in the naturopathy and yoga, automatically we will be validating the therapies. And what we find out in the research, we propagate through our YouTube channel. So you can visit to the YouTube channel by observing, or you can watch, there are many videos. Now our publications till date, we own all these papers which is being indexed in the Index General like PubMed. I think, thank you so much. Let us turn idea to together action. So what idea we have validated, let's join together and turn into an practice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gulab. Now Dr. Rita would take over.
The cry of every naturopath, return to nature, came to reality when the COVID hit and the world was on a standstill. We were forced to stay within our houses, isolation, organic food, fast at times, a lot of liquid, and the adulterated, colored poison was unavailable. The mankind realized the importance of natural living. And this effect, as it continues, this is a time for us naturopaths to go out and propagate our message because it is well received. Continuing on the same note today, for the 6th session, Food as Medicine, we had excellent presentations, very enriching sessions by Gulab Rai Tewani, Medical Director of Arogya Kendra, who very well explained about the biochemical changes that take place during the fasting therapy and what is the correlation between fasting and the vitamins in health. So my special request to all the students who are still present here listening to us, naturopathy is a patient-centric, a passion-driven profession. Congratulate the organizers, and on behalf of the chairperson, thank you one and all.
I would request the dignitaries to please felicitate Dr. Gulab Rai Tewani. Thank you so much.